Hi, this is Starkey Sowers, welcoming into another nutrition moment here at Clark's Nutrition and Natural Foods Market. Today we're going to be talking about Pure Essence. It's a brand that's, like, in my opinion, one of the best made products you can probably buy on our shelves. A couple different things about it. Jerry Cochran, the guy who started the company, actually formulated and manufactured Rainbow Light products for a long period of time, sold it, thinking that he would go on a quest of some other different things. And one of the things he did is he passionately started following after different types of Chinese and Ayurvedic concepts, developing yet to be another line that I think is probably one of the best on the shelves for sure. A couple things that he has that are popular in our stores, of course, is the magnesium product. It's a magnesium fizz, and what you'll notice about this magnesium fizz, actually when we actually put it into a powder or into a water solution, it actually reacts. So we're going to watch this little fun moment. So what's cool about that is the magnesium itself actually reacts or actually activates into the complexes that are most absorbable. So pouring it in, we're actually going to see a little moment here. What we'll do is kind of shake it up. Kind of one of my favorite little things. You see it kind of bubbling up a little bit and starting to get its little cloudy moment. So nice little fizz going on there. So one of the things that's happening in that moment is you're actually seeing the magnesium complex, like with citric acid, some other specifics to make it much more absorbable. The other thing that's nice about this formula is it also has a bunch of other minerals in it. For instance, like manganese as well as boron, and also some B vitamins. So it can be actually not only used on its own, but it obviously can be used as a magnesium supplement. So what's nice about when you use it on its own is it actually has all the necessary B vitamins and everything to kind of balance it out to get the effect that you want, specifically which is going to be relaxing, sleep, things of that nature. Our district manager, Rami Shahin, this is his favorite product. He loves it. Thinks it's like the best magnesium on the shelf, and I definitely tell you, I think he's on to something for sure. The other thing about Jerry Cochran that I thought was interesting is he was the original guy that brought spirulina into the country. So you think about spirulina, of all the different types of benefits that spirulina has, it's kind of nice to know that there was actually somebody behind it that was responsible, and it is the guy who owns Pure Essence, making it kind of a unique thing. Now, I want to kind of use that, though, to kind of get to a point, and the point is, in Jerry's quest to actually do more, so to speak, with his formulations, he kind of took that whole Eastern kind of traditional Chinese medicine concept and balances all of his formulas so anybody that takes it feels the balance and feels the wholeness, so to speak, where it actually kind of puts the body back in balance. And I think if you try the magnesium, you'll be surprised on it because it's a little bit different from all of them, but it just goes to show you the quick effects that you're going to get. That said, as we know, one of the biggest things that's so popular right now is mushrooms, and all different types of mushrooms. So this is kind of fun. I'm just kind of throwing up some maitake and stuff like that. And one of the things that happens with mushrooms, as we know, mushrooms have different benefits. One of the things that becomes important to remember, though, is where you're getting your mushrooms. A lot of times mushrooms are grown in different ways and things of that nature. So what's happening with Pure Essence is that they've got an extraction process where they're guaranteeing you either like a 1-to-1 or a 4-to-1. So you're getting huge concentrations of the active components that are in the mushrooms. So for instance, I end up using reishi. I have a tendency to be careful with reishi, so I was using his reishi for here the last couple of days. And one thing that I noticed with the reishi is this, is he's got a reishi 4X as well as a regular strength, and the 4X really kind of mellows you out. So if you want to be mellowed out, use something in the afternoon or evening to kind of chill you down and help with sleep, I think reishi would be a great product. If you're going to just do dailies, I actually find that this one kind of not only is, yeah, it's mellowing, but it's also kind of uplifting. You kind of feel good throughout the day. This is a great reishi product. Feels really super nice. And remember, reishi is great for the mind. The Chinese call it the herb of immortality. It's supposed to be one of the things when it comes to not only nootropics as far as keeping the brain sharp, also help specifically balancing out the shin, or actually the spirit, so to speak, and calming the body and bringing it back to normal, all right? So then there's another one of my favorites, which is cordyceps. As you guys know, with cordyceps, one of the things that happened with cordyceps years ago is in 1992, Chinese athletes that came to the Olympics, actually they started seeing the performance of the Chinese athletes go up substantially. They said, what are these guys using? They dug in, they found out that they were using cordyceps. Cordyceps has a couple different functions. Number one, it balances what we call the yin and the yang, which is the adrenals. The other thing it does is opens up the lungs, so you actually get more oxygenation. And yes, it does. It helps with endurance and stamina. I use cordyceps before every single workout and before every time I jump on the basketball court. The stuff works amazing. Their cordyceps 4X is probably the strongest that they have, and it works well. Definitely a great pre-workout try for sure. The other thing that cordyceps does too is also great for the immune system. All right. So one of the biggest things that everyone's reading about right now is lion's mane. Lion's mane, and one thing that happens with Pure Essence, they have a regular strength, they have a 2X, they have a 4X, they have a 6X. Ultimately, what we see is a lot of times with lion's mane, when I use lion's mane, it's really good for stimulating mental activity. Remember, also lion's mane also has what we call nerve growth factors, so it helps with rejuvenating the neurological system. It's something that you can use on a regular basis, but for me, a little bit sometimes seems to be a little bit too much. Once again, they have the potencies. They've got the the regular potency, the 2X, the 4X, 6X. So you can start with a smaller potency if you're like me, where you're a little bit brain sensitive to the stuff. But it seems to not only help you like perk up during the day, but if you need more, somebody that's really maybe mentally challenged, they've got the higher potency strengths that you can use if you're in those challenge moments where maybe you've got a little mental decline or some type of age-related mental decline. That would definitely be the time to step up the higher dosage. All right, so then of course turkey tail, a lot of the other different ones that come in, ultimately being a great product all the way across the board. Turkey tail, great for the gut, also for liver function and other different things of that nature. Turkey tail is popular. And of course they also have the maitake. Maitake's definitely got to be one of my favorites when it comes to the immune system, for strengthened immune system, prevention of different types of, like what I would call the more challenging type of diseases that are going on. Maitake, in my opinion, would be one of the best things to use. The other thing about maitake as well too, it's probably the most clinically researched mushroom out of all of them, making it the best for anybody that's in any type of an immune challenge or any type of like a big challenge in life. All right, so the other thing I want to do is kind of point out a couple little fun things. They have a product called Transition, specifically this is for menopause. So what they did is they ended up using, once again, if you look at this balanced formula, you're going to see all these different Chinese herbs that are in here, balancing out the hormone system, helping not only with the pituitary as well as the ovaries and things, getting it back into balance. At the same time, having a large amount of gamma rosinol, which is going to help to address those immediate situations like maybe hot flashes or just irritability, especially in menopause moments. This would be a product that I would definitely say would be a worthy try. At the same time, the people that I do know that use it love the balancing effect on it and love how they feel. A lot of us are always looking for energy. Once again, Pure Essence makes a great Energy Plus product. So this is kind of a fun one because they use codonopus, which is another herb that's not oftentimes used. One of my favorite Chinese herbs, and when you use codonopus, it definitely makes you not only feel energized, but also makes you feel strong throughout the day. So this formula not only has the codonopus, but a bunch of other different Chinese herbs that work super well as far as balancing things out. So to let you have a little look at the panel here as well too. Definitely a balanced formula, so it not only helps with adrenal function, but also gives you a quick energy bust as well too. Okay, so finally, if you're going to be somebody like Pure Essence, and you're going to take all that knowledge you have about balancing out the body, not only with the mushrooms as well as some other different types of Chinese herbs, what you're going to do when you make a multi is you're going to take all that knowledge, all that information that you've got, as well as the information on making a multivitamin, and you're going to blend the two of them together, right? And that's exactly what they've done. Okay, ultimately having one and only a women's formula specifically, so not only does it have the mushrooms in there as well, this one also ends up having some herbs specifically to help to balance out the female system, so some Dong Quai as well as some other different types of herbs. Ultimately, the other thing too, what they've done is they've put in a couple other different bases, food bases in it, some organic food complexes like fruits and vegetables together. Not only that, men and women specifically, but one thing that I like that they did too is the B complex that they put together, the B complex and the B vitamins that are in here, specifically the methyl reactive forms, making them a lot easier to use on the system. This definitely ends up being a company that's kind of like, in my opinion, looked at everything that's needed to get into one multivitamin to balance your body out to make you feel better. Great company, great product. When you look at it, ultimately, it's a great choice, and we're going to show you where those are at on the shelf as well.